you doing, everyone? It's me, Green Zero, bringing you another VOD here today. Last week of the Media Blitz, yes, that's right, it's the last week I'm on holiday, so I won't be able to bring out these massive VOD packs, which I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. This is going to be the last one, and we've got another few games here lined up for you today. This very first one here, it's got Technique in it, best player in Kane's Wrath, and I don't know if he likes it when I say that, but it's Dirty Dutch as well. Is his opponent, who's a very, very good player. We also have Encore, who is observing this match, and CGF has just buzzed me on Xfire. You can see it in the bottom right-hand corner there. I'll just ignore him because everyone else does, and let's start this game straight away. And we have Technique on the left-hand side here now. He's actually playing as GDI. You're like, whoa, what's going on? Why isn't he Blackhand? And it's on Tournament Rift, like Bike Buggy rules on Tournament Rift. It's such a good strategy down there, and CGF is still buzzing me away there, telling me that I'm not getting my veteran Mammoth back in 1.03, which is very, very disappointing. He thinks if he just continually buffs Railgun Accelerators, that will make up for it. Anyway, we have Technique over here. I better stop talking about 1.03 because this is 1.02, and we have an engineer coming out. 2 engineers. Oh, that's interesting because Dirty Dutch is Blackhand, and has he got a secret shrine? No, it looks like he's going for a refinery here. But oh no, 3 engineers. 3 engineers. He's going for the bottom spikes, but he doesn't have flame upgrade. Why doesn't he have flame upgrade? He must know that Technique is GDI. I don't think this is a random matchup. I think they both know their factions, unless the Dirty Dutch for some reason doesn't know what Technique's. I think Technique uploaded the replay, and it's a bit iffy with Technique because he will upload replays that he wins and he loses, so he's not one of those players that just uploads replays that he wins, so I have no idea who's going to win this game. It's on the members tab, but it's already got a few wubs and a couple of downloads, but this is pretty bad because it looks like Technique is going to reach this structure first. Oh man, and Dirty Dutch, he's got 2 engineers, it's just going to be stranded. He's going to clean up these scouts. Oh, Technique a little bit slow. He could have pulled them back a little bit earlier, but he has lost those scouts. His engineer is going to make it around. I think he can avoid those Cabal squads. And look at this here. He's actually managed to attack these guys, and he's even getting out and chasing them. Oh, Technique. That is gutsy. No, he's trying to lure them there. Dirty Dutch moves them back. His engineers are now stranded, and he's $1,000 down on his opponent. Actually, he's going to be more than that because Technique is about to capture this spike, and that's going to give him a boost. These Cabal squads didn't really know where they were going. They're coming back to this structure now, but it's not going to matter. Technique is he looks like he's going for an expand. I think he knows he has an edge. I'm not sure if he saw the engineers or what. He don't know. He's redeployed. Why is he redeployed? He's got scouts in Dirty Dutch's base, and look at that. There is the operations center, and a flame tank comes out. Dirty Dutch knows he can't leave those engineers just stranded down there. He needs something, and he's going for a flame tank. He has 2 harvesters and 1 ref there. Technique has 3 and 2, so he's got the extra harvester, and extra refinery up in him, and now he's going to expand. He's going to clean these scouts up. He's got a predator tank out. Obviously, he knows there's a flame tank there. He's just killed his scouts right there. Scouts are down. It's going to make its way to the bottom. You think Technique may just run these scouts away and try and save them, or it's not going to be a big deal. They are kind of sandwiched between these scout groups here and that scout group there, so it probably isn't even worth the micro to do that. Dirty Dutch should be moving these guys into position right now and getting them close, because this flame tank is just going to dominate this structure here, and Technique is shooting at it with bullets, but no, take that, napalm. And yes, those engineers are on the move. He's going to secure this bottom area here, and I don't know, how well that's going to. It's so delayed. It's going to be an advantage in the long term now, but he's already delayed so much. And oh, here comes a Reckon. I did not see this. He's sold his operations center. He's gone for another harvester, so he got a Blackhand squad out of the operations center, and he obviously trained one, but he went straight down the guts, and those Predator tanks have ripped off so much armor. Oh man, that was terrible. You see time and time again, people go straight down the guts with these kind of attacks, and it just never works. They just run straight into tanks and stuff. I mean, unless you can see what's ahead of you, you'd never go straight down the guts with an attack like that, a strategic attack like that. And look at that harvester. He knows, Technique knows that these watchtowers have a tough time gunning those Blackhands down, so he's just run them over with a harvester there. And he is at now 5 and 2 there. What's happening down here? Oh no, the flame tank has come all the way around. I did not see this, and a refinery block. Nice from Technique there. His Cognac is going to be alright. He packs it up. It's a good idea because it stops the flame tank from firing at it for a second unless he reorders it straight away. And look at that, and he's redeployed it now, and that flame tank will go down. It's caused a lot of damage to the construction yard, and that other attack caused a lot of damage to the refinery. So Technique is pouring a lot of money into repairing those 2 structures. He may just want to engineer the Cognac because it has got a lot of health to recover and will cost him money. However, he does have. Oh, there's a Predator tank in Dirty Dutch's base. Look at that. And look at that. He let his scouts get crushed by an MCV. That is never good. That is never good. The Predator tank will go down, but Dirty Dutch, it looks like he's heading towards the blue field. I think he knows if he wants to. Oh no, maybe he's turning to go down to the center here. But yeah, I think he feels he's a little bit behind because he knows Technique has an expansion up. He knows he has 5 and 2 in his main. He's rolling Predator tanks. I think even though he's got the spikes now, that's not going to make much of a difference for quite some time now. and I thought perhaps he might have gone for the blue field. There's not much there, but it would have given him enough of a boost if he quickly expanded again to his bottom left. But Technique is ballooning out with the economy over here, and he has the Predator tanks to back it up and get map control as well. So Dirty Dutch is in a precarious situation here. He's going dual war factory. Bikes are coming out now. I'm not sure bikes aren't going to be able to stand up against these Pred tanks. He's going to want to get some rockets out. A lot of rockets will easily take down this amount of Predator tanks. I mean, there is quite a few coming across, but rockets, especially if they spread out, should be fine. But what is Dirty Dutch going for? It looks like he's going for a refinery, and he's going to have good build radius on the left-hand side, so it'll be easy to defend his harvesters. He doesn't have to risk fights breaking out in his tip field, and it looks like Technique is going to stop short and just destroy that spike there. I'm not sure if that's a good, kind of a good idea. I mean, he could have gone and attacked this area here, although he can see all those Scorpion tanks, so he's probably just going to destroy these here, destroy those there, and wait for those tanks to come to him. Where did half the Predator tanks go? I was sure there was more than 4 there. Oh no, there's 2 over here. And did he see those bikes go past? We did see those bikes go past. I don't think he's seen those bikes go past. Oh man, he's pulling back from the Scorpion tanks. He has no idea they're there. He's going to see them now, although his radar is down. Is he going to redeploy? I think, yes, no, he's moving a tank over there now, so he knows about it. He's moving the Harvester away. He needs to move, yes, both. I think all 3. No, he's lost 2 Harvesters now. Those 2 need to pull back. Oh no, Technique, he's going to lose a 3rd Harvester. This is going to pay off massive, and he may even lose a 4th Harvester here if he's not careful. He's trying to expand to the top center by the looks of it, and he's selling off his refinery there. He lost 4 harvesters. Oh man, that is critical. What is happening over here? Looks like Technique did manage to save his tanks over there somehow. He may have won out on one of those fights. He has destroyed one of the spikes, so Raider. Oh, I just called him Raider. Dirty Dutch isn't gonna like that. Dirty Dutch only has 2 spikes now. He has his operation center back up. His economy is kind of weak too. I mean, he hasn't cleaned up his main field, but Technique hasn't actually cleaned up his main field either. He's just about to, and he needs to get some more harvesters down there. He's got 1 there. He's gone to the middle field. I think economy is the last thing on his mind though, because he's got so much Siberium down here that he doesn't need to set up more refineries. It looks like he's pushing his Predator tanks in. That's going to be Predators versus Scorpion tanks. We'll bring up the health bars here, because that's going to show us who's going to be, oh, it doesn't look like Technique is focusing. I'm not sure if he's just got a general attack. Maybe you can see that he's focusing now. He's focusing on some. Dirty Dutch definitely has been focusing for a majority of this fight, so we can see that all of his tanks are moving and trying to target the most damaged Predator tank first, but I'm not sure who's going to win this. There's rockets coming out, reinforcements for Dirty Dutch, so he's going to hold here. He's going to pay for it with a lot of tanks though. And Technique, what's he going to do? Oh, he's switched targets to the Harvester. I don't think he's going to get it though. And yeah, he could have taken down a few more Scorpion tanks. Now he's changed targets again. That's never good. Oh, I pushed escape. My bad. I'm supposed to push the, what do you call it? The tilde. And it looks like those bikes were denied. Technique has some tanks up there. What's happening down here? Infantry running over blue Tiberium. That's very, very bad. Technique. Tiberium, blue Tiberium is super bad for your health. And it looks like Dozer Blaze is done for Dirty Dutch. So he has managed to reclaim himself in this match. He got a lot of Technique's harvesters. I'm not sure what Technique's doing. He hasn't placed any structures there. He's placed another refinery, obviously. Wants to get back on top there. Those 2 harvesters going to the same ref. He's probably not even paid attention. No one ever does when that kind of thing. But he's got enough harvesters down here now to keep doing dual war factory Predator tanks. And that's pretty much been what he's doing all game. He hasn't really had any other units at all, except for a lot of scouting rifleman squads. And this is important. Like, he's even got ones over here. Riflemen are really important to scout. I mean, you can see the Technique has been scouting every inch of this game here, and he did not see those bikes in the bottom left-hand corner, which was very good by Dirty Dutch, but those bikes there have gone straight through those Predator tanks, and that's not good. He's actually got AP ammo, and those towers there, or that 1 tower, will clean up that attack, and these Predator tanks, 2 of those are going to run back to the war factory and get some free repairs. He's switching it up with APCs now. Both sides have their T2 up, obviously, and they've had it for a while. Dozer Blades and AP ammo on either side, but I don't think Technique can win out. He's got 2 harvesters. No, oh no, those 2 harvesters are full. Why are they there, Technique? Oh man, I think maybe he's got a ref queue and he was trying to manage his economy a little bit better, but I think he's going to lose out there. He needs to send reinforcements, and he's sending reinforcements now. He may be able to hold on to his Conyard, because those Scorpion tanks are going to take quite a long time to destroy a Conyard with the fence. He actually placed his ref back there. I think he placed it back there, and I think Dirty Dutch, yeah, he's just going to go straight for those harvesters. He placed the ref back there because he wanted the harvesters to be able to dock and get money, but it looks like the Scorpion tanks have just pulled back and around, and yes, he's going to have to move those harvesters away straight away. There's 3 Predator tanks in there mixing up. There's more coming, a couple more. He's really got forces all over the map here, hasn't he? Well, actually, both sides have forces all over the map, and this is the thing about 2 super pros going head to head. They both just continually fight each other. They don't sit around and waste time and try to build stuff up. When they have units, they go out and they try to use them to do damage, cause damage, and cripple their opponent.
And it looks like these Scorpion tanks, because they're faster than the Predator tank's going to have to try and cut them off, and that's good by Technique. He did cut them off from getting around and down here to where those harvesters are, because that would have been bad. And he's hurting the Scorpion tanks away now. He may be able to pick off that, that's very, very slow on there, but he has all these APCs. Where did they come from? And he's attacking the Coneyard down here. He's actually causing a lot of damage. There's no laser field on that Coneyard. What's Dirty Dutch going to do? He's got a structure queued and he needs to use it to block, but his construction yard is going down. It'd be interesting to see what kind of structure that is. No, he just cancelled it. He just cancelled it. He's going to lose his Coneyard to APCs. Oh, that is demoralising. Oh, there it goes. And I think those APCs need to just, pull back. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some minefields, although, hang on, wait, that's right. They have the Dozer Blades. Allows vehicles to clear mines and crush. Oh, he did drop mines anyway. There you go. And that did pretty much nothing. Tiny little bit of damage to those tanks, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a good move. It would have been nice if they didn't have Dozer Blades, but they did. What's happening up here? Oh, Scorpion tanks trying to get into the middle. We can see some dead units there. I'm not sure. There's only one harvester there, and it's almost dead. So maybe Technique has been losing harvesters there, unless he sent them back somewhere else. But no, I think he may have lost harvesters there. And Dirty Dutch, this is what I was talking about. As long as they have units, they're going to go out and attack something. You know, and this is why it's been really, really tight. I mean, both sides have been attacking a fair bit. Technique's had his base raided a little bit more heavily, though, than what Dirty Dutch has. Dirty Dutch fought off one Predator attack in his bottom right field, and everything else has been in the center of the map, except for the fights down in these fields here, and wherever else Dirty Dutch feels like pushing his way in. But these Scorpion tanks are getting very, very, very low on health now, and those APMA towers may be able to just snipe them out. There's actually, there's four tanks in the red. That one's kind of orangey red. One goes down there. That Predator tank just nails 2 kills there, and another Predator tank moving around here. What's happening up here? Oh, look at all the Predator tanks. This is a super Predator tank Scorpion fight. No one's doing anything but Predator Scorpion, and it's really, really tight. I mean, Dirty Dutch obviously got his economy back a little bit ahead of Technique's, but Technique is just maneuvering so well. I mean, Dirty Dutch is keeping the pressure on, and Technique is counter-maneuvering, and they're both taking substantial losses here. I really cannot pick who is ahead. This is a great game. I can't believe this has not got more wubs. Maybe it hasn't got the attention it deserves. Maybe it's going to get really crap really soon. But at the moment, man, far out. These guys are really going at each other, and Technique saving another harvester there. He's actually got refineries up here now. More refineries, obviously. He sold the one that was back there. He's putting down these towers. I mean, he's just prepared for the imp spam in case it happens. I think Dirty Dutch should have gone. I mean, he obviously did try to go for the blue field. Losing his Coneyard probably hurt him really, really bad. He's got another one out. He's still got dual war factory here. Those 3 tanks did not get repairs though. They were not close enough to the war factory to get repairs, and that's bad. They're going to be moving out with a few damaged Scorpion tanks in there. That one's actually on fire. So yeah, that can never be good. Anyway, it looks like Technique is actually leeching some blue tib, and it looks like Dirty Dutch has got the same idea, except he didn't quite get there. He obviously couldn't see the blue tib in the order of the harvester out there, so you can see it, and now he's fixed it. And Technique's going to be like, alright, there's a harvester there. He's going to try to leech blue tib, but there's another fight up here, and it's Predators versus Scorpion tanks. And this is going to be a flat-out attack move fight, I think, until both sides decide to stop. And I think, yeah, look at this, Technique has decided to stop, and Dirty Dutch has been lured in here, and it's going to be, yes, definitely Dirty Dutch is going to have to pull back there, because look at all those Predator tanks. Oh man, they're all like tightly packed in there. That is a terrifying army for those Scorpion tanks to deal with. There appears to be just about as many Scorpion tanks as Predator tanks, but they won't obviously beat the Predators because they're a lot stronger. And these APCs coming out of nowhere to provide anti-infantry. Oh no, Dirty Dutch. Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. They've actually got rifleman squads in them. One there, 2 there, 2 have rifleman squads, and they are ranking up like crazy. He's got 3 veterans, and there's actually elite squads inside those. Now they're shooting at these guys here, and oh, the tank's going down up there. Let's tilt the screen a little bit. The AP ammo is just destroying those guys. Technique has perfect positioning, but Dirty Dutch has the support of his base here. Can he hold off? He needs to hold this off, or he's all but dead. Mine's going down. Oh man, even though it's not going to affect the Scorpion tanks that much, I guess it will help. And it looks like he's going to come out on top. What's Dirty Dutch going to do? He can't just sit here spamming out Scorpion tanks because he's lost the advantage. His production structures are under attack, and Technique is coming through with sheer numbers. Is this going to be the end of Dirty Dutch? He's selling up like crazy, and there's even an Orca over the top. And oh man, Technique just went forward and just took that victory and just said, yeah, screw you, Dirty Dutch. This one's mine. But what an awesome game. That was wicked. 13 minutes, 15 seconds. Very, very, very hardcore action-packed game there. It looks like Dirty Dutch lost a ton more units, obviously, because infantry counters a lot more. But look at the resources. Let's go to the resources tab. Technique was actually never down. It felt like he was a lot more down. You can see this is where he lost probably a lot of his harvesters there, because it's a little bit of a glitch, but he just kept replacing them and managing to get more Tiberian than Dirty Dutch. I thought Dirty Dutch really had his economy back on top there, but he was always below Technique there. So yeah, just showing that Technique can really tank a lot of damage, and Dirty Dutch was very, very aggressive there, obviously having way more units, but yeah, I bet he felt he was doing so much damage, but yeah, he just could not, like, Technique was obviously just not having a bar of that, expanding to the middle field before he even cleaned up any of his other fields. So that was amazing. That was a wicked game. 113,800 to Technique, while only 101,000 to Dirty Dutch, so Technique got about $11,000-$12,000 more. And yeah, that's not too... actually, I guess considering how long the game went, it's a little bit of a difference. But yeah, not game-breaking. Dirty Dutch there. Well done to Dirty Dutch. Well done to Technique. That was great. Definitely heading over and wiping that. Hope you all enjoy this match, and I'll see if I can bring you some more next time.